I've been seeing for a couple of days now where this woman in Africa sold her daughter to a healer for $1,000 because the healer wanted the daughter's skin and eyes. The daughter has not been found. There's so much crap going on with this world. This woman who did it should have all her insides removed, and she should never be allowed to be near a child again. I don't want to hear anyone's mouth. She's black. I'm racist. No, 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 no. You sold your child for $1,000. You don't deserve to ever have kids. Okay, so let's get into the story. Okay, is this being seen? Yes. Okay, this is from CBSnews.com. Mother who sold 6-year-old daughter for $1,000 to traditional healer is convicted in South Africa. A South African woman was convicted Friday of kidnapping and selling her 6-year-old daughter in a case that horrified the country. The girl went missing more than a year ago and hasn't been found. Okay, they're calling her Kelly Smith here, but I've seen her name was something else and her middle name was Chantel or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it says it on the bottom. Kelly Smith and two men, her boyfriend and their friend, were convicted of kidnapping and trafficking over the disappearance of Smith's daughter, uh, Jocelyn, who was 6 when she went missing in February 2024. Smith, whose full name is Raquel Chantel Smith, was initially a figure of sympathy, of course she was, when her daughter went missing. Community members rallied around her and volunteered to help police search for Jocelyn in the sand dunes near their poor neighborhood of Shacks, close to the west coast town of Saladana. Saladana? Saladana? Bay, around 75 miles north of Cape Town. Oh, of course she had to be rallied around and a figure of sympathy. This kind of stuff happens here too. And there she is. And she knew what happened to her kid and kept it a secret, like Casey Anthony? Please. A photograph of Jocelyn smiling with her hair tied in pigtails was broadcast by the news stations across South Africa as police then launched a nationwide hunt. Smith said she had left Jocelyn with her boyfriend on the day she disappeared. But the case took a shocking twist when Smith was arrested. A woman testified during the trial that Smith had told her she and the two men had sold Jocelyn for around $1,000 to a traditional healer who wanted the child for her body parts. The judge's verdict did not make any conclusions on who the child was sold to or exactly what happened to her. Smith, her boyfriend, Joaquin Apollos, and their friend Stefano Van Ryn face life in prison, and the judge said sentencing hearings will begin next week. After the guilty verdict was read, Smith wiped tears from her eyes while Van Ryn inexplicably broke into a smile, the BBC reported. Yeah, her tears are for her because she got caught. She loved $1,000. And this happened in Africa, just like when slavery began. See a pattern? People attending the trial cheered and applauded when the judge, Nathan Erasmus, read out the guilty verdicts. Smith's mother was in attendance, and after the hearing finished, she said she was angry with her daughter and did not want to see her, the BBC reported. I wouldn't want to see my kid either. She must tell me where my grandchild is, Amanda Daniels Smith told reporters. Well, here's the thing, the mother doesn't know. She sold it to someone for her body parts. You think this baby is still alive? The trial was held in a Saldanha Bay Sports Center that had more space than a courtroom so that members of the community could attend. In a statement following the judgment, the police said they would continue their search for Jocelyn, according to the BBC. Greatest stewards of children, right? Like Tommy Sotomayor says. Oh no, slavery started 400 years ago when white people got into it. Well, what about 5,000 years ago when black people from Africa sold the poor people? They would catch them and sell them to the Middle Easterners, to anyone who wanted them. And here's proof it still goes on. But nope, just blame the white man, right? Black people need to get their act together, and it's not just black people here in America, it's all over the world. And anyone who does something like this, black, Hispanic, white, it doesn't matter. She sold her 6-year old baby for $1,000. I don't care if that's 1,000 American dollars. I don't care if it's whatever money there is in Africa. I don't care if it was for seashells. This bitch is another one who should have her insides ripped out and never be around kids again. If she's even caught talking to kids, take her life. Oh, that's too harsh to do to a black woman because she's a black woman and a black queen and Black Lives Matter. Where's her little black daughter? Where the hell is Jocelyn? 6 years old, was sold for her body parts by her own mother. Black Lives Matter is silent. Why? Because America's got the money and that's what everybody wants. So Black lives don't matter. Jocelyn certainly didn't matter to her mother's boyfriend, the friend, even with the community rallying around her. She took whatever gifts were given. Oh, oh, poor Kelly, poor Raquel. Oh, oh. Meanwhile, she sold her kid. And in first reports, it was because the healer wanted the little girl's eyes and skin. So, what's the mother going to try saying? I didn't know what she wanted my child for. I thought she was going to raise my child and be good to her. She knew damn well what that healer wanted the kid for. That kid is dead, probably went through a horrible death, and only knew mommy left her. Trash needs to be taken out. I hope they give her and those two guys the death penalty.